If you think of somebody who says like, oh, I have a sugar daddy, initially you don't really think so positively of her. I'm a single mom in New York. I'm a business owner, and it's hard financially. Like, that's just the reality. This is what I need in a relationship. Why am I gonna be like embarrassed? One time I had a guy ask me if I would be interested in coming to a hotel and licking his cum off a mirror.
Let's be clear, guys. She's a business owner. I have to say that when I was sent this video by Vice about sugar babies, I was not expecting this. A 31-year-old chick who isn't even hot. When I imagine some rich guy buying a girl a $5,000 purse, paying her rent, and paying for her useless humanities degree, I picture a girl who is much more attractive. So, to all you feminists who say that men have standards that no real woman could obtain, here is your counter evidence. Even a 31-year-old, below-average single mother can supposedly get a rich guy to pay. Anyway, this is Molly Turner. Molly claims that she is a business owner and a brand ambassador for a popular sugar baby website called Seeking Arrangement. Now, I've done a little research on Seeking Arrangement, or Seeking.com, and I noticed a very familiar smell. Have you guys ever had some douchebag, former friend of yours trick you into going to a meeting for a pyramid scheme? Well, I've been lucky enough to have two such people in my life lie to me and invite me to the exact same scam life insurance company 2 separate times. They called their sales associates financial advisors. One of their financial advisors was so terrible that she told me to go into debt so I could invest in their crappy life insurance policy. Have you ever heard of the rule of 72? The interest rate you pay on your debt is 8%, but our interest rate is 10%. You are losing 2% of your money by not investing with us. Yeah, you idiot. Except your 10% was a maybe. The 8% interest on my debt was a guarantee. I laughed at her and walked out. That is the kind of business owner Molly is. Her business is either prostitution or to pretend that she's getting all these rich guys so Seeking Arrangement can use her to scam other girls into buying their premium sugar daddy package. The reality is that she likely paid Seeking Arrangement a fee to become a brand ambassador as an advertisement. That's how these scams work. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just misunderstand the kind of person a sugar baby is.
For misconceptions, I think a lot of it is lazier, sort of self-indulgent, narcissistic women.
Spoiled, materialistic.
Sugar babies aren't being paid. They're being spoiled.
She wants Gucci, she wants Jimmy Choo, like all these name brands.
Somebody who's not very bright.
Usually when you talk about misconceptions, you offer a counter-argument to refute the stereotypes. All you guys did was say, do you think we're lazy and entitled? Well, you're wrong. Saying that I'm wrong is not an argument. Just for transparency, though, I did cut off a defense from Jabrayan because it was edited awkwardly, but basically he says that sugar babies aren't lazy because they are business owners. Yeah. Instagram social media influencers call themselves business owners too. Being born attractive is not a skill, and it doesn't make you the owner of a business. But you aren't lazy, you aren't self-indulgent, you aren't narcissistic. Why don't we get the opinion of a more honest sugar baby who also uses Seeking Arrangement?
I wouldn't date somebody who isn't rich. My lifestyle, on average, probably costs about no less than $4,000 a month. Just to live, just to maintain everything. So I have a pair of Bitchute boots, which is probably my most expensive. These are like £1,200, I think.
Do you know how much all these shoes cost in total?
Oh my God, where do I begin? Probably about, I don't know, 10,000. Maybe no more than that. Gosh, 20,000. I tried to do a normal job when I came out of a sugar daddy relationship when I was 22. And to be honest, after 1 week, I gave it up.
That's quite a different story, isn't it? After that last part, she goes on to say that basically the reason she couldn't work a job was because she liked being the boss's girlfriend. You know, guys, the girl who gets to order you around at work despite having 0 qualifications. Here's a girl admitting that women do that and admitting that they can't handle the actual labor themselves. We'll get back to Molly in a second because her story's not yet over. But first, a word from this video's sponsor, Sandman.
Zuck the cuck drinks water like a duck, but he also drinks your data. So tell him and Google to shove your data up their schwing-schwangs by downloading the Brave browser. It's free, blocks online advertising, and protects your privacy and data from evil tech companies. You only see ads if you want to see them, and you get cryptocurrency for your attention. Don't let Zuck use you to make a buck. Download Brave by clicking on the link down below.
Alright, let's get back to Molly with her Seeking Arrangement brand ambassador page. Okay, well she does look better with more hair, but I still wouldn't pay to date her. On her page, she says, I'm a single mom and a creative-minded business owner. Continuing my business and working for myself is very important to me because it will allow me more time with my son and independence. She keeps calling it a business. Mooching off some guy is not a business.
Well, I'll just go with the most recent, which was like super helpful. It was a MacBook Pro.
If you are going by the definition of a sugar baby, which is to be a girlfriend who is spoiled by her sugar daddy, then you are not a business owner. You are a gold digger. Now, if you are in fact exchanging sex for money in a formal and more honest way, that does make you a business owner. However, I would instead use the scientific terminology for that, which is a whore. Tell me how that makes you a positive role model for your son. Molly continues, I had been single for 2 years, but before that, I was in a very traditional relationship for 9 years. I always thought I wanted the traditional life of having a husband and children with everything planned out. Instead, my husband had an affair and we split up. I'm grateful that this is where I landed. I'm going to say it again because I want to make sure that you guys heard that. Molly is a traditional woman. It's interesting how she describes her past. I bet that makes this next statement from her a little awkward. Listen to her briefly talk about the situation of some of her clients.
In the 30, there's not as much. In the 40, usually they're married and having an affair.
So you are helping these clients have an affair. You don't see anything wrong with that? Your ex-husband cheats on you and destroys your relationship, so now you get paid to help men cheat on their wives and destroy their families. What kind of message does that send to your son? The stupid defense that women always give for this kind of crap is, oh, he doesn't know what I do. He never sees me with these men. I tell him to be a good boy and teach him how to be responsible. Yeah, except if you pay attention, kids don't listen to what their parents say. They watch what their parents do. It's not a happy accident when the daughter of a single mother becomes a single mother. It's modeled behavior. People in general do not listen to what you say. They are always reading your actions. That's why giving someone advice doesn't work if you don't actually take the advice for yourself. If you are a drug addict, it doesn't matter if your kids don't see you snort cocaine because they are being raised by the parent who snorts cocaine. Molly's complete lack of self-awareness, which causes her to perpetuate the problem that ruined her marriage, is going to show up in her son. He is going to be just as unaware as she is because she approved of that behavior with her actions. You have to embody the value or people won't listen or they won't be able to absorb the material. If you don't even do the thing you're recommending, that's just saying that you don't feel it's valuable. That, or you don't know how to motivate yourself to do the positive behavior, meaning that you aren't qualified to give the advice. Just like a fat personal trainer, you either don't value being thin, or you don't know how to be thin. How is Molly supposed to teach her son how to be disciplined when she is a lazy sugar baby? How is she going to teach him to be honest when she constantly lies about what she does for a living? How is she going to teach him to self-criticize when she openly recreates the problem that destroyed her marriage? You can't teach principles that you don't embody yourself.
Creepy sugar daddies, they're everywhere. Actually, you get them more than you would get like a regular civilized sugar daddy.
I've definitely run into some creepier men on Bumble than I have on Seeking.
I've had guys that were like, hey, you want to come to my hotel? The first day we meet, and it's just like, okay, you blew it.
So a guy who wants to pay for sex is creepy, but a woman who wants money for sex is a business owner. Good to know. As a side note, I understand that there are 2 other people in this video. The reason I'm not going into depth on Avian is because her Seeking Arrangement profile was deleted before I could archive it, so I can't prove the nonsense that she said. And the reason I'm not covering Jabran is because according to Seeking Arrangement, there are 5 times as many women as there are men on the website, and most of those men are sugar daddies. There are almost no male sugar babies, and I bet that most of Jibran's clients are men, not successful businesswomen. Speaking of successful businesswomen, check out this article from Jezebel called "Why Have I Been Dating for Free When I Could Have Had a Sugar Daddy?" Writer Amy Lutkin went to one of the Seeking Arrangement conventions and attended a main stage panel called Sugar for Entrepreneurs. Amy states, "Some of the hopefuls want a daddy to provide seed money for a whole company. That's their business plan. Blow some rich guy and have him pay for everything." Let's go back to the misconceptions portion from the video from Vice. How am I supposed to believe that sugar babies aren't lazy when this is how they want to start their businesses? They want to have all the power, but they don't want to have to do any of the work.
Dude, your mentorship is not gonna pay for my fucking babysitter.
Do you know what Louis Rossmann did when he started his computer repair business? He worked in the park with a crappy soldering iron and a single electrical outlet that was used for concert events. When he upgraded and finally got out of the park, he moved to a dingy recording studio. After 10 years of 12-hour days, he now has a nice new storefront, he has employees, and he has a YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers. But the sugar babies want to remove all of that struggle, yet still have the title of business owner and hard worker, when really, they are just high-rent prostitutes.
I'm here to answer some questions from our sugar seekers on the blog. Lucy, 24, in San Diego asked, "I'm interested in the lifestyle, but I'm worried it's prostitution. What's the difference?" Well, Lucy, I'm glad you asked. We get this question all the time. When there's money involved, skeptics are quick to jump to conclusions. But sugar babies are not prostitutes, and they don't sell their bodies or their time.
Wow, that is some epic gaslighting. You made a rookie mistake, though. Dear Brooke from Seeking Arrangement, when you lie to someone, don't give them a public trail of evidence that they can use to expose you.
Before you leave for your date, there are 8 essential items that every sugar baby should have in her purse.
My next item is this. It's a Square, a portable credit card reader that plugs into your phone and you can download an app for. This makes receiving sugar funds a snap. Accounts for taxes, and no cash is necessary.
Gee, I remember all the dates I've been on where after I drove and paid for all the food, the girl pulled out her portable credit card reader and asked for more money. And what was that? The app accounts for taxes? Why would you need it to account for taxes if you aren't selling something? It doesn't stop there. The hypocrisy continues. Brooke from Seeking Arrangement insists that sugar babies aren't selling their bodies or their time, but then makes a video teaching women how to get their men to buy them overpriced handbags.
Entry-level bags. This is a fairly easy bag to get a sugar daddy to buy you, which is a great way to estimate the depth of his pockets. These bags range from about $100 to $300. If he scoffs at a $200 tote, you know he's broke.
Tell me this. If you aren't selling your bodies, then why is he broke if he doesn't want to buy you a $300 purse? What value have you provided him that is worth $300, especially considering that he's also paying for all the dates?
If he only makes $250K a year, don't expect a Celine.
Only makes $250,000? Let's see your lazy ass make that much money.
Next up, high-end bags. These bags are roughly $600 to $2,000 and include brands like Stella McCartney, Louis Vuitton, Prada, Fendi, Ferragamo, Valentino, Versace, and Balenciaga. After about 6 months with a sugar daddy, you can reasonably expect a Prada. When you get into this category of bag, it's actually an investment because many of them hold their value for resale.
Okay, so you're like a drug dealer laundering money. He can't pay you for sex, so he buys you a purse to resell. If this isn't just some laundering scheme, then what an insult this is to the man. He pays attention to her, so he gets her the right gift, buys it for her with his hard-earned cash, and all she is thinking about is how much she can resell it for. I bet her plan is to cash out on all the gifts every time she breaks up with a guy.
And now, for the real headliners of the Pursapalooza, the ultra high-end bags. Now these are your actual sugar baby goals. Your Chanel, Bottega Veneta, Celine, Saint Laurent, and Dior.
Basically what you're getting here is an overpriced prostitute. At least the prostitute is honest about what she does. And again, I come back to the misconceptions. You want us to think that sugar babies do hard, respectful work and are fiscally responsible, but all you are doing is handling depreciating assets. A $20,000 purse depreciates in value. A MacBook depreciates in value. A car depreciates in value. The only person who mentioned that he has an asset that will actually get money was the guy. He said he was gifted some stock, and that's about it. Also, did you happen to notice that everyone in these videos was young? Attractiveness is a depreciating asset that you will eventually run out of. If all you can do is be attractive, then after about 35 or so, you are going to be broke. As for you guys watching, if you want to talk about the number one problem with people's finances, it's the fact that most people have a whole truckload of stuff in the depreciating assets pile and almost nothing in assets that gain value over time. Worse, they buy all those things that go down in value with debt. They don't actually own their stuff. It's all rented from creditors. You want to know the secret to wealth? Show some self-control and stop spending all of your cash on things that don't earn you money. You don't need a brand new car unless you are already rich. Cars lose most of their value within 3 to 4 years. You don't need the biggest house or all the nice gadgets. What you need is to pay off all of your debt and start putting time and money into things that grow in value over time. The very few sugar babies that are successful are laughing now, but they won't be when they're all used up and don't have anything to show for it. As always, learn from their bad example and don't make the same mistake. But with that said, I think that will be enough for this video. So if you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, comment and share. If you would like to support this channel, then you can do so with PayPal, Patreon, or Subscribestar. You can find those links in the description or on my channel page. Last, if you haven't checked me out on Facebook or Bitchute yet, then you can also find those links on my channel page or in the description. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.